work that we do on ourselves has a direct and tangible impact on those in our space. Some of the feedback that I've gotten from really intentional, I'm reading for a certain particular thing that I'm reading for when people give me compliments because I don't need validation and I'm not doing what I do for myself and on myself, my personal development journey that I've been on since many moons for validation or for praise. But the residuals of the work that I've done on myself has impacted other people's lives, and I listen for certain things. Someone says, when I'm in your space, I feel special. You make people feel special. You make people feel seen. You make people feel adequate, worthy. Because I don't shrink people, even in the midst of whatever vulnerability they may be having, they still feel human or whole or seen. These are the things that are missing from our society, and they had to be extracted in order for the matrix to work as it has worked. The anti-blackness and that we experience as self-hatred and self-doubt and a lack of worthiness and a dehumanization, the symptoms of those things. So along with my personal journey of rehumanizing myself and activating my own worthiness and transmuting my own pain and becoming fully responsible for my own, driving my own chi, driving my own consciousness and being able to direct my own thoughts and channels, along with that came some residual symptoms. So this is why this can't be faked. There's no outfit that you can put on in order to conjure this state of being. You have to actually go through the work. And this is why I give the work. This is why I tell you, well, this is what you have to do. This is what I did. Do this, it may work for you. And statistically, certain things, because the matrix is based on the science and metrics and the formulas, it's if you get on the track, it's easy to decode them. The issue is it's very hard to stay on the track with all the distractions. So I don't make people feel bad because I was picked on, I was ostracized, I was made fun of, and all of these things and things that kids do, in elementary and high school being simple. And then some of the community people and different things like that. So I never want to do that to someone. So I am immediately a safe space. As soon as you walk in my space, from the moment you enter my space, you're in a safe space. And you know it. People know it. They want to try to catalog what they think that thing is or what they're familiar with seeing parts of it, but you can't catalog it because there's no words for it. You need to transmute your energy. You need to be the alchemist and change. There's some work. These are some really flowery words, but there's some work that applies to this. And I apply it, and there is results from this application. So I'm sure, AfriKAN, Salbona, it's important that we apply these things to our lives because these are some of the formulas, not the end all and be all. I always say this to put a footnote here because there's no power differential here. There's no I'm bigger. I just did some work, and there's some tools that I have that you may not have that you can take use of and apply them to your life and become the prime mover to move the energy. A sister said to me, sis, you are a force. She meant that, but she couldn't stand in the glow of the force. She couldn't stand with me because that was a call out for her being. And she wasn't ready to make that work. And she wasn't ready to elevate her being because she was doing good at the shtick. See, this is what happens in the matrix. They distract you and they cajole you and they get you comfortable in your flesh with the shtick. So the beautiful thing about having been picked on and been called names and been sat out and ostracized, whatever the case may be, is the blessing in it was a lot of time to spend in self, in reflection, in education, in learning, wrangling the beast of the night, those deep sub programming thoughts and behaviors and images, wrangling the beast of the night. That's what came of being isolated or being by myself or not having a whole lot of noise and distraction with a bunch of people moving around my life. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's so seamless today. It's a place of true peace. However, there's some difficulty interacting with people who are still on their journey. And I get to look in my people's faces on a regular basis, and they are the catalyst for pain, for distraction, for obstruction, for destruction all the time. It's my own people. Oh, someone said it's proximity. No, it's proximity because I'm around a lot of black folks. Right. So I'm around a lot of black folks because I'm around a lot of African people, around my people, trying to be with my people, right? Because I love on my people. I reflect on my people. I'm comfortable with my people, right? I'm a universal, I'm a global, I'm a responsible global world citizen. So I can be anywhere. I am a child of the universe, right? I can be anywhere. It really doesn't matter. However, I choose to be in spaces and places where I'm with my people. And they have 99% of the time, 95% of the time have been direct from my people. It's us. Hurt people hurt people. And we're so hurt, and we are putting on all these masks instead of dealing with our situation, which has been my commitment for so many years, to have people really powerfully deal with their situation so that I don't have to get the residuals of your inadequacy issues, your insecurities, and your ego. I've had many stories of people telling me how they've been through some of the bumps and bruises of people in our community because we can't trust each other. So since we can't trust, I made myself someone who is trustworthy. That was a response to that. Everybody, oh, we can't trust, why black people can't work together. So I'm somebody who you can work with. Why you can work with me? Because I'm transparent, I'm upfront, I'm clear, I'm concise, I'm organized. I know my stuff from your stuff. I don't put my junk onto people. I am very careful not to encroach on people's space, quality of life, their time, their energy. I'm reciprocal, right? You give me, I give you. Right? People get activated in my space. They suddenly feel a renewed sense of busying and being, and they feel empowered to be busy because I am interacting with you as if you are already worthy. You didn't have to earn anything. So this is why people can immediately implement and immediately start to behave as such. Because the moment you enter my space, you are already worthy. This society, there's nothing you need to do. There's nothing you need to have or otherwise. You are already. Now, what I can give you is some mechanisms, tools, and techniques to help you navigate this madness, this matrix, because every step you make, they got a hole there for you to fall in. Okay. So AfriKAN, you got to be on a whole nother wavelength to be able to, because there is a whole schematic going on outside of what you think is your life and your busying that's happening outside of us just doing our piddling from day to day. There are other things that are happening in our social landscape. And there is a reason for African people to be set up to lose. I'm setting African people up to win. I'm setting up people in general to win because there's no reason for life to be a huge challenge. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for all the confusion, the madness, the disorienting, the confusion, the distractions. There's no need for it. It really isn't. Life can be so much more harmonious if we were reciprocal and we added value to one another and we authentically connected with each other. And this happens in a life walk. You know, people can also walk into my space and they can feel real small. And I've been told that. Oh, when you come in the room, everybody else shrinks. Wow. That's unfortunate because I'm actually not in a place anymore in my life where I'm shrinking. I used to, because it was a fear tactic. But like, I'm not trying to be anything. I'm just living my life. And if the light is too bright, then I don't know what to say. That's just unfortunate. It really isn't something that I'm doing, but I am going to continue to expand because it is a part of my life as a lifelong learner. It is a commitment that I've made, and I commit to learning and applying, which is what some of us don't do. We keep learning so we can rhetoric, but we don't apply the learning because some of that learning will be some bruising, and some of us don't want to get straight. But we just learn. AfriKAN is a journey, not a destination.